Your blades are sharpened with precision.
You think you want to be a big star, huh?
I know you're waiting in the distance.
Well, first things first, we gotta figure out what we're dealing with here. What exactly is today's music industry?
Just like you always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in.
According to Wikipedia, today's music industry refers to the individuals and organizations that earn money by writing songs and musical compositions, creating and selling recorded music and sheet music, presenting concerts, as well as the organizations that aid, train, represent and supply music creators. Sounds like a whole lot of suits and ties, right? Among the many individuals and organizations that operate in the industry are the songwriters and composers who write songs and musical compositions, the singers, musicians, conductors, and band leaders who perform the music, the record labels, music publishers, recording studios, music producers, audio engineers, retail and digital music stores, and performance rights organizations who create and sell recorded music and sheet music, and the booking agents, promoters, music venues, road crew, and audio engineers who help organize and sell concerts. See? What did I tell you? A whole bunch of suits thinking they run the show. But don't you worry, we're going to shake things up a bit. We're going to bust through these myths and show you what it really takes to make it in this crazy business. So buckle up, because this video is about to change your life. Okay, so you've been slaving away in your parents' basement, writing killer tunes and dreaming of the day some big shot hears you play and tells you they're going to make you a star. Newsflash, signing a record deal isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Sure, it sounds like a dream come true. You imagine yourself rolling in dough, riding in limos, and having your face plastered on every billboard in town. But here's the catch. A staggering 98% of acts that sign to a major record label fail. Yep, you heard that right. 98%. That's like worse odds than surviving a night in Bel Rev. And let me tell you, that place is a nightmare. So why do so many artists bite the dust, even with a big label backing them? Well, it isn't all sunshine and roses once you sign on the dotted line. The music industry is a fickle beast, and even the most talented artists can get chewed up and spit out if they don't play their cards right. Don't get me wrong, a record deal can be a fantastic opportunity, but it's not a guarantee of success. Remember back in the day when you had to actually leave your house, go to a store and shell out your hard-earned cash for a physical copy of an album? It was an event, a ritual almost. You'd spend hours flipping through records, reading liner notes, and discovering new artists by chance. Yeah, me neither. Okay, maybe I do, but those days are long gone. The excitement of unwrapping a new CD or vinyl, the smell of fresh print, the tactile experience of holding music in your hands. It's all part of a bygone era. It's the digital age. Everything's at your fingertips now. Nowadays, it's all about streaming. No more waiting, no more physical clutter, just instant access to millions of songs. You can listen to pretty much any song you want, whenever you want, for the price of a cup of coffee, or like a really big fancy latte with extra whipped cream. It's convenient, it's fast, and it's all-encompassing. But this new world of music consumption has brought about a whole new set of challenges for artists. The landscape has shifted dramatically. See, back in the good old days, artists made most of their money from album sales. Each sale was a tangible source of income. But now, not so much. The revenue streams have diversified, but not necessarily in favor of the artists. Streaming services pay artists a tiny fraction of a cent per stream. It's a volume game now. I'm talking fractions of cents here, guys. It's almost laughable when you break it down. So naturally, a lot of artists are freaking out, thinking that streaming is killing the music industry. The fear is real, and it's understandable. But it isn't all doom and gloom. There's a silver lining if you look closely. Okay, so maybe you're not going to be buying a private island with your streaming royalties anytime soon. But there's more to the story. But that doesn't mean you should write it off completely. There's potential here, untapped and waiting. In fact, streaming can actually be a powerful tool for independent artists like yourselves, if you know how to use it right. It's a platform for exposure. Think of it this way. Every stream is like a little seed you're planting. Each play is a step towards something bigger. It might not seem like much on its own, but if you plant enough seeds, eventually you'll have a whole damn forest, right? It's about the long game. The key is to use streaming to build a fan base, engage with your listeners, make them feel connected. Get your music out there, let people hear it, and if they like what they hear, they'll keep coming back for more. It's about creating a loyal following. And the more they listen, the more those little fractions of cents start to add up. Over time, it can become a significant source of income. Plus, streaming can help you reach a global audience, something that was pretty much impossible for independent artists back in the day. Your music can travel far and wide. So yeah, streaming might not be perfect, but it's the world we live in now. It's a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how you use it. Instead of complaining about it, why not embrace it and figure out how to make it work for you? Adapt, innovate, and thrive in this new musical landscape. So, you're thinking bigger is always better, huh? Like if you snag a gig at some massive stadium, you've hit the jackpot? Well, that isn't always the case. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Sometimes those big old venues just swallow up the energy. Look, I love a good spectacle as much as the next girl, but trust me, packing out a smaller joint, now that's electrifying. It shows you can draw a crowd, create a vibe, make them feel the music. That's what gets promoters buzzing, not some half-empty arena. Think of it like this. You're a firecracker, right? Light you up in a phone booth, bam! Instant chaos, everyone's feeling the heat. Now, light that same firecracker in a giant warehouse. Not so impressive, is it? Point is, focus on building your rep, owning those smaller stages, and soon enough, those bigger venues will be begging you to perform. Remember, it's about the connection, the energy, the love for the music. Alright, let's get real for a sec. You might have the voice of an angel, the guitar skills of a rock god, but guess what? In today's music industry, that isn't always enough. It's like this, you're a whole present, not just the bow on top. Yeah, the music's important, it's the heart and soul of it all. But to really grab attention, you've got to package it up right. Think of it like this. Would any successful pop star be nearly as effective without their signature look? The pigtails, the clothes, the whole chaotic vibe? Nope, it's all part of the package, the brand, the experience. Same goes for your music. You need the look, the attitude, the story, the social media savvy. It's about creating a world that people want to be a part of. A whole sensory experience that goes beyond just the sound. Alright, let's talk about those singing competition shows. The ones that promise instant fame and fortune. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? The glitzy stages, the dramatic lighting, and the heart-wrenching backstories that tug at your heartstrings. They make it look so easy, right? Just belt out a tune, win the hearts of millions, and BAM! You're the next big thing. The audience goes wild. The judges give standing ovations, and for a moment it feels like the world is at your feet. But let's be real, it isn't always sunshine and roses. Behind those glittering performances, there's a whole lot of sweat, tears, and nerves. Contestants spend hours rehearsing, battling stage fright, and dealing with the pressure of performing live. For every diamond in the rough, there's a whole lot of coal that gets left behind. Thousands audition, but only a handful make it through, and even then, the journey is far from over. Many face rejection, criticism, and the harsh reality that not everyone can be a star. Look, I love a good underdog story as much as the next girl, but those shows are designed for entertainment, not necessarily to launch long-lasting careers. The drama, the tears, the triumphs, it's all part of the showbiz magic to keep viewers hooked. They're looking for ratings, for drama, for that one-in-a-million shot. The more dramatic the story, the higher the ratings. It's a game, and the contestants are the players, each hoping to be the one who captures the nation's heart. And don't even get me started on the contracts. Those things can be more tangled than Joker's love life. Contestants often sign away their rights, their creative control, and sometimes even their future earnings. One minute you're on top of the world, the next you're stuck in a deal that's got you singing jingles for cat food. It's a tough industry, and not everyone comes out on top. The highs are high, but the lows can be crushing. It's a roller coaster ride, and not everyone is prepared for the twists and turns. So what's the takeaway here? Should you ditch those dreams of belting it out on national TV? Is it worth the risk, the heartache, and the potential pitfalls? Hey, if that's your thing, go for it. Just remember, it's a tough road, and not everyone makes it to the end. Just go in with your eyes wide open, your guard up, and a good lawyer on speed dial. Be prepared for the ups and downs, and don't let the glitz and glamour blind you to the reality of the industry. But remember, there's more than one way to skin a cat or, launch a music career. The traditional path isn't the only path. You don't need a panel of celebrity judges to validate your talent. There are countless other avenues to explore. You just need passion, dedication, and a whole lot of hustle. Today's music industry is vast, and there are many paths to success. Build your own following, create your own opportunities, and don't be afraid to break the mold. The world is stacked with talented individuals who made it on their own terms. It's full of surprises, twists, and turns. But that's what makes it so damn exciting. So go out there, make your own rules, and show the world what you're made of. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one sitting in that judge's chair, offering advice to the next generation of musical contestants. The journey is yours to shape, so make it count. The stage is waiting, and the spotlight is yours for the taking. All right, now let's talk about success. You think it's all about being famous, right? Think again. Just because you aren't seeing some artists' faces plastered on every billboard doesn't necessarily mean that they're not raking in the dough. There's a whole lot of musicians out there living the dream without ever becoming a household name. They're touring, selling records, and making a sweet living from their music. It's like a whole underground society of rock stars you never even heard of. These guys are the real deal, the unsung heroes of the music biz. They're proof that you don't need a fancy record deal or millions of fans to make it. All you need is talent, dedication, and maybe a little bit of crazy. So next time you're feeling down about your music career, remember those hidden gems out there killing it under the radar. You don't need to be famous to be successful. You just got to find your own path.
And I go la 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 la. She's got the look. Fire in the eyes, naked to the bone as a lover's disguise. Banging on the head drum, shaking like a mad bull. She's got the look. Swaying through the band, moving like a hammer. She's a miracle.
So ditch the fame game and focus on what really matters. Making awesome music and connecting with your fans. That's what true success is all about. Okay, let's talk studios. You know, those magical places where music comes to life. Yeah, they're important, but not for the reason you think. Don't get me wrong, a good studio can make your music sound like $1 million. But here's the thing, it's not about the name on the door, it's about the gear inside and the person behind the mixing board. You can find amazing studios tucked away in the most unexpected places, run by passionate engineers who can work wonders with your sound. So, don't fall for the hype and blow your budget on a fancy studio just because you recognize the name. Do your research, find a place that fits your vibe and your wallet, and most importantly, find an engineer who gets your music. Remember, it's not about where you record, it's about what you record. A killer song recorded in a basement studio is still a killer song. Now, speaking of basement studios, let's talk DIY. You don't even need a fancy studio to make great music these days. With a little know-how and some gear, you can turn your bedroom into a sonic playground. There are tons of affordable recording software and equipment out there that can give you professional quality results. And the best part, you're in control. No studio fees, no time constraints, just you and your creativity. Of course, learning to record and produce your own music takes time and effort. But trust me, it's so worth it. It's like empowering yourself to take charge of your own music destiny. So, ditch the studio snobbery and embrace the power of DIY recording. You might just surprise yourself with what you can create. Alright, you've poured your heart and soul into writing killer songs. You've recorded them in a studio, or maybe your bedroom, and you've even booked a gig. That's a huge step, and you should be proud of yourself. Congrats, you're halfway there. But don't pop the champagne cork just yet. Now comes the fun part, getting people to actually show up. This is where the real challenge begins. Here's the thing about gigs. They're not like those magical concerts in the movies where everyone just shows up out of nowhere. In reality, it takes a lot of effort to fill those seats. You gotta put in the work to promote your show and get people excited about seeing you on stage. It's all about creating a buzz. Think of it like this. You wouldn't bake a cake and just expect people to magically find it and devour it, right? You tell everyone about it, show it off, and make it irresistible. You gotta put it out there, tell everyone how delicious it is. The same goes for your music. And maybe even offer a free sample. Promoting your gig is kinda like that. You gotta spread the word far and wide. And make sure they know why they absolutely cannot miss your show. Make it sound like the event of the year. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm a musician, not a marketing guru. How the heck do I promote my show? Well, first things first. Social media is your new best friend. Seriously, it's like having a megaphone that can reach thousands of people with just a few clicks. Create event pages, share behind-the-scenes pics and videos, and don't be afraid to spam your followers. Okay, maybe not spam, but you get the idea. Next up, flyers, posters, and good old-fashioned word of mouth. Hit up local coffee shops, beachside cafes, and anywhere else your target audience might hang out and plaster them with your gig info. Make sure your posters are eye-catching and informative. And again, don't forget to tell everyone you know and ask them to spread the word too. Word of mouth is incredibly powerful. Remember, promoting your show is all about being creative and getting people excited. Think outside the box and come up with unique ways to grab attention. So put on your marketing hat, channel your inner publicity skills, and get ready to rock that stage. With a little effort and creativity, you'll have a packed house in no time. Just go out there and make it happen. Think those big shot record labels are going to swoop in and magically transform you into a star? Think again. They're not in the business of fairy tales. These days, they're all about the cold, hard cash. They want someone who's already making waves, someone who's got that spark, that it factor. So, what do you have to do? Simple. Build yourself up. Treat yourself like a business. You got to invest in yourself before anyone else will. Get your music out there. Play every gig you can. Build a following. Show those suits, you mean business, that you're not just another voice. You gotta be the whole package. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's going to take blood, sweat, and maybe a few tears.
And I know exactly how this
So ditch the Cinderella story. This isn't about waiting for Prince Charming to slip a glass slipper on your foot. This is about grabbing life by the horns and showing the world what you're made of. Get out there, hustle hard, and become the rock star you were always meant to be.
for the promise of the emptiness machine. The emptiness machine.
Think you need some fancy publicist to get your name in lights? Think again! You got this! Those PR types charge an arm and a leg just to send a few emails and make some calls. Why waste your hard-earned cash when you can do it yourself? It's the age of the internet, baby. Everything you need to know is right at your fingertips. Besides, who knows your music better than you? You're the one with the passion, the fire in your belly. Let that shine through. Hit up those blogs and music websites. Get on social media and make some noise. Show the world what you're made of. Remember, it's all about getting your music heard. Don't be afraid to be bold, be daring, be a little bit crazy. Get creative with it. Make them laugh, make them think, make them want to hit that play button again and again. And most importantly, have fun with it. After all, music should be a blast. The music biz can be a wild ride, but don't let those myths and misconceptions scare you off. Remember, success in this game is all about hard work, dedication, and a whole lot of heart. Stay true to yourself, keep chasing those dreams, and never, ever give up.
I keep on